I'm finally doing this video about the warnings, which I promised months ago, 5 months ago or so. I have a bunch of papers here, notes, 10 or 12 pages. Why? Because usually when I just start talking in front of the camera, I lose my train of thought because I have so much information. Not this, in here and in many other places, like in there, but that's another story. Anyway, I had to make all these notes so that I remember everything, or most of it, of the things I want to talk about to you today. And there's lots. I'm not going to talk about everything, just the main things. You know, it's funny, since we stopped our YouTube channel, I get a lot of messages from time to time, every 2 or 3 days, saying, oh, you closed your YouTube channel because you're running out of material. Mamma mia. Running out of material. Because number one, how can I run out of material? Crazy people. If there's things happening every day, there's always new material. That's so pathetic. Let me tell you something. The information we've been sharing in the past 9 years now, 8.5 or whatever. It's about, I don't know, 0.1% of what I know in here, just in here. So obviously I have a lot of more material to talk about. That's just in here. Things that are stored. Let's say if I have 1 terabyte of information in here. I have only tapped into this much, among this much. I probably in here have 20 terabytes. So yeah, that's a lot of material. That's just in here, plus the things that I actually have on file, which is 100 times more. So no lack of material. This war is being fought at all levels, this world and the other worlds. And then there's other wars that the Carishus are fighting in other worlds, in other dimensions, galaxies, universes, all over the place, that have nothing to do with this. We're everywhere. For the goddess. This is not the only war we're involved in. That's why our resources are, because we're everywhere. So I put some notes on all these pages so that I know I'm going to miss some things, but at least maybe I can, with this I can remember most of the things, the most important things, which is about the warnings. So let's start, and from time to time I'm going to look at these notes because I don't want to skip the most important things. So about hybrids, which is something that you've heard many times, almost every day on G+. me talking about hybrids, but there's kind of a confusion. There's a fog of mystery around the hybrids. What are the hybrids? Well, you already know that the hybrids, excuse me, all the hybrids, all the Carishes hybrids come from my essence and Ishtar's essence. That's it. Carishes hybrids. There's other kinds of hybrids. Anunnaki hybrids, for example. But that's nothing to do with me. I'm just talking about Carishes hybrids. All of you who are watching this, and others who are not watching this, are Carishes hybrids, because when we decided to start the hybrid project, knowing what was coming, and I'll get to that point, the knowing, we knew that we needed hybrids. It was not part of the initial plan. There was no plan to have hybrids. It's only started when we saw Flash creating hybrids way before we got here. We didn't know, but they were already doing it. Metro 2. And so, like, we don't want to fight, we don't want to lose this war. We're fighting a upwards battle. They're up there, we're down here, and we're fighting them. So don't take a chicken to a dog fight, like I say. Okay, let's start the hybrid project. And every hybrid on Earth, there's many, became, as you know now, out of my essence and Ishtar's essence. Done with that. Okay, so we have hybrids everywhere and at all levels, because this war is being fought at all levels. We have hybrids who fight at street level. Those are my people. Those are my people. The street level hybrids. What do we do? I'll tell you. But not yet. Street level hybrids are my level. That's my job. And it is a job. I get paid for it. I get paid 2,000 euros a month. And I haven't had a raise since 2006. But in fact, I had a raise about a couple of months ago, 50 euros more per month. I get paid by the Knights Templar, which are the first of the purest Carishes hybrids, and I'm one of them. I'm more than that, but I'm also one of them. Now, but we have Carishes hybrids at all levels. The war is being fought at all levels. We have them at all levels. We don't have, unfortunately, many presidents and prime ministers of our kind running the world, running countries. But we have many of our people infiltrated in those countries. Many, at all levels. For example, at the financial level, in Wall Street and other streets, we have them there. Why? Because the financial level of this war is very important. We need money, we need resources to fight this war. So of course we're gonna fight at the financial level. And what's the financial level? Well, the financial level of this war is based on two things: rumors and speculation. You know? You put out a rumor that there's a coup d'etat in some tiny country in Africa or wherever, or in Europe or in Asia or whatever, that will affect the financial world. And it will affect people, companies and governments will lose billions over a rumor. So we have people working on that, on rumors and speculations, because the financial world, it's La La Land, it's Hollywood, it doesn't exist. Money is money, gold is gold, 1 is 1, 2 is 2. So what changes this kind of financial world? Rumors and speculations. So we gotta have people there to either provoke these rumors and speculations, or to defend ourselves from these rumors and speculations, or to at least sometimes diminish the effect of these rumors and speculations. Instead of losing 10 million, instead of losing 100 million, we only lose 10 million. So we have people in Wall Street and all other streets provoking, keeping an eye on, and defending us from this by giving us information and all kinds of stuff at all levels: senior management, lower management, even people just doing delivering the mail. All kinds, just in order to at least minimize the losses, and sometimes making some profit. But we have people, hybrids, your brothers and sisters, working at the financial level of this war. That's one level that our hybrid people work. Another one, the political level. Like I said, we don't have many presidents and prime ministers in the world right now with our blood, your brothers and sisters. That is not very easy to come by, but you know what's easy? It's easier to have politicians infiltrated. And that's what we do. If you can run the country, at least we can have people within the levels of power that can tell us the information. What's going on about laws, rules, regulations, projects, the up-and-comers, new politicians. So we have them. If you cannot run a country, or even a province, a district, at least we can have people there at a lower level, quietly, and tell us what's going on. And they are in parties, political parties, which are completely opposite of what we defend. We have people in fascist parties, communist parties, all kinds of parties. They're there serving the cause. They do what they have to do. And they talk the talk, do the speeches on a stage, saying things that are totally against us, totally against the cause. It doesn't matter. They're serving the cause. They're playing their role. And understand? So we have many people at the political level doing what they have to do to serve the cause, getting a bad reputation among neighbors and some even among countries and the world. But they're doing what they have to do. It's not about them, it's about the cause. They're sacrificing their own image for the cause. Now, next, let me see my notes. Also at the military level, like I say, the war is being fought at all levels. So we have people at the military level, generals, people of importance, not necessarily the leaders of an army, but we have people way up on the ranks, even the American ranks, NATO ranks, Chinese ranks, everywhere. It's not necessary. You see, if our guys were in a leadership position, people pay attention to them. The leaders of that country pay attention. What is this guy doing? It's much better to have 10 generals serving the cause quietly than having one loudmouth leader. But that's a target. Well, having 10 quiet generals just listening, passing information, that's much better. And this military level war, what they give to us, it's much better. Because being a leader of the Air Force, a leader of the Army, a leader of the Navy, you're always under scrutiny. There's always someone watching you. But if you're one general, a general among 100, that's much better for us. So we have people not leading armies, but just below enough to know everything. We have those. They tell us the plans, the projects, the technologies, the new up-and-comer, new military stars. Some die with a heart attack. We have those. But same thing goes with all the other levels. Entertainment industry, for example. We own very little of the entertainment industry. That has to do with us losing the information wars back in the 1970s. So when we lost the information wars, the control of TV, radio, and everything, music, we followed the same thing. Let's not have leaders, let's have people infiltrated, which is even better, because they're not in the spotlight. It's even better. So that's what we did, and we have many. It's guerrilla war. So they tell us everything that's going on in the entertainment world. The new messages coming out, the new artists, the up-and-comers, the new stars, the new video clips, everything everything we know, because we have people at all levels of the entertainment world, from managers to artists to people that choose the lighting. We have them all there, so we know. We're not a queen ant, but we have millions of ants, working ants, so we know. We know everything, budgets, everything. That's how we fight this war. Not with queen ants, but with working ants. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, about so. What brings me here today? About the warnings. That's complicated, complex. I'm not going to explain everything, but works concerning the warnings, and you've seen warnings from time to time. We put out a warning. There's possibility of an attack on some school, some train station, anywhere in the world. So we put out these warnings. Now we could put out 100 per day, but that would be counterproductive, because nobody would pay attention. We put out 100 warnings, and we could put out 100 warnings a day, but it would be counterproductive. Nobody, after a while, after 3 days, nobody will pay attention. So we only put the main ones, the ones we deem very, 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 very serious, the ones that actually are going to happen, and very rarely they do not happen. So who's working on these warnings? Well, probably some of the people you called nerds in high school. They're the ones. You probably know one of them, or two. We have many working on the warnings. What they do for us, it's amazing. One day I was in a room a while ago, years ago, with 6 of them that work on just trying to decipher these warnings, and I was overwhelmed. Why? Because all they do, not only these 6, we have thousands working on this, but I was in that room with 6 and I saw everything, because I knew it before just from listening, until one day I actually said, I want to see what these guys do, because in my mind I wanted to improve the project, but I couldn't, because they're smarter than me in this aspect. So I want to go there and see exactly what they do. This is PizDiez, full PizDiez. These guys work 24/7 every day of the year, trying to figure out things, coded messages which change every day. Like one day they're trying to decode messages from the other side, and let's say on Monday the word orange may mean the country USA or Holland or China, and a few hours later it may mean a bus or a street or a town. It's constantly changing. The other side changes this every day. It's not like the Second World War that they use certain keywords, and after 2 or 3 months those keywords will change. No, this is like every day, sometimes every hour. So we have our people, these nerds that you knew in high school, maybe, trying to do this, trying to figure out what's going on. And it's very, very, very hard. And at the end of this video I'll show you an example, which is the example which was at the end of the part 1, the intro, which is this Istanbul nightclub attack, which is an excellent example to give for you to understand. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, so like I was saying, this is almost impossible to decode. These guys are paid by the cause. Some by the Templars, some by the cause, which is two different kinds of being paid, by the way. You can be paid by the cause, which means you're a Caristus hybrid for sure, or you can be paid by the Templar Knights, but for that you have to be born into Mare, so much smaller. Born into Mare with all the blood I told you. I've explained this before. So there's all kinds of people working on this, and there's men all the time, 24/7, just to avoid humans from getting killed. Why? Well, the whole point is to save the humans, you know. It's not to save Caristus, it's not to save Caristus hybrids. The whole point is to save as many humans as we can, and at the same time win the war. Two of the points. There's many other points, but if I can bring it down to 2, that's it. Save as many human lives as you can and win the war. So that's what they do. There's all this huge department just trying to avoid this, and this is not just from now, from these so-called terror attacks. It's been going on for thousands of years. The Inquisition and many other things. So that's what they do. They try to decode the messages that are up there, up in the air. Not the internet. Internet too. But not only there. In the airwaves, it's all around. You just have to go and grab it and try to make sense of it. That's not easy. Not easy at all. And so these are just hybrids who work on that 24/7. 24/7. These are the people that are being supported by all of us, and they're a big part of it, and they do a great job of it. Great job, but it's almost impossible to avoid every disaster, because I told you, it changes every day, so they have to work every second of it. Anyway, the warnings are not just there's another aspect to it. It's not just a bunch of hybrids trying to figure out words and codes. I told you before some post about the sphere, the Kursk sphere. What's the Kursk sphere? Now it gets complicated. I'll try to make it short and simple. It gets complicated. What's the Kursk sphere? The Kursk, you know, the race Kursk, the bosses. They're the real bosses. They have this sphere, and don't ask me to explain, because not even Kirishil can explain. The Kursk are way ahead of us. way ahead. It's like a 10-year-old try to understand an engineer, a 40-year-old engineer. It's complicated. But they have this sphere, which is actually a sphere. I've seen it one time. A sphere. And if you want to look to see how it looks like, go on YouTube and Google the trailer for the movie Sphere. It pretty much looks the same. The same color too, golden and stuff. Now, listen. All of us, all of the courageous hybrids, all that serve the cause, not just watch, serve. We have these little notebooks, about as thick as this finger. Mine is thicker because I write more, and we write everything in there. Everything you see, everything you deem strange or just natural, you can just write down. You know, some guys just write down their daughter's birthday party. There was a green. My wife brought home 12 balloons. 5 were white, 5 were red, 2 were green. Or can write, oh yeah, this chocolate birthday cake, among everything else of more relevance. But everybody, especially the ones that serve in the streets, my people that serve in the streets, they write everything they see. Like, I saw this car twice in 3 days. So if they see the car, they write it down. Anything of relevance or any relevance at all. You write everything in those little notebooks. And like I said, mine is thicker because I write more. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe they saw some blush hybrids, they write it. They didn't see them, they write it. Anything. You're feeling something, you're feeling sad at 9 AM and you're feeling happy at 9:30 AM. You write it down, you write everything. So, and they write about, I don't know, maybe 3 of those books per week. Each person. It's about 12 of those notebooks per month, each person. Now we have thousands of courageous hybrids doing this. I imagine the last 17,000 years. Because this has been going on from the beginning. Now what happened to those books? Including mine. This is where it gets tricky, complicated. We give those notebooks to the people that are the jobs. We have these people, they're like our post office people. They go around the world delivering things that need to be exchanged all over the world. So we give it to them. It eventually gets to the Coors hands. What do the Coors do? They have a crew there. They literally grab those books by the handful and throw it into the sphere. And the sphere reads everything that's in it. Now, not the words, not just the words that are written. Why? Everything you touch not only everything you write or say, but everything you touch leaves your spiritual print in it, either be a rock, a plant, whatever. Now, if you're writing things in a piece of paper, if you're writing what's in you, that's even stronger. Your emotions are literally transported into that piece of paper. I'm not joking. That piece of paper absorbs what you are writing on it. Not only what you are writing, but also your thoughts. So they grab those books, mine too, and they throw it. Literally just grab a bunch of them and throw it into that sphere thing. And the sphere reads it and interprets all of it, and it's been doing for thousands of years. What is the sphere for? The sphere then helps us predict human behavior based on all the information we're giving to the sphere. Everything we see. It can be such a stupid thing as I was at a red light, I was driving my car and I'm writing these things, the red light, and suddenly I saw a person that didn't want to cross the street because she or he didn't have the green light to cross the street. But I noticed that he or she did anyway. Stupid thing like that. Everything you're putting into that book with your hand counts. Because what you're putting into that paper by writing transfers your feelings to. And then when it's put into the sphere understands everything. Everything. So imagine how many trillions of billions of quadrillions of trillions of information is not there. So the sphere helps us predict human behavior, which helps us on the warnings. Now, the problem is that while they are, not me, while they are trying to figure out the warnings based our gracious average, based on their own intelligence, on their decoding expertise, and the help of the sphere, which they access all the time, they put these equations, not mathematical equations, but spiritual equations, saying that if we have this, let's say, we've been listening to this word 10 times in the past 3 days, and it comes with this language, and it mentions this town. What can we expect from this? The question is sent to the queue, to the course, and the course, based on what the sphere interprets, but those things are changing every day, give an answer, and they say, literally they say 75% means this, or 99% means this, or 30% might mean this. The past we know, the future we don't. That's how we work together, the course, the sphere, and our Caristus habit, trying to figure out where the next danger comes from. We have these people working on this 24/7. This is how they try to figure out the next warning. Like I said, I can put out warnings 100 a day. It'd be counterproductive. So we only put out the warnings that we get from the sphere after all this work is done. In the end, the sphere tells 95% this might happen here by these people because of all this information. This is how the warnings come out, the real ones. No. And these are just people like you and me doing that job with help, but doing this job. This is how these warnings come out. This is how why sometimes I put out warnings. It's because the level of certainty is so high that we have to say something. Even if we're wrong, but we have to say something just in case. Otherwise, we put 100 a day. When it passes 80%, we put out a warning. But on another video, I'll explain in better detail this sphere thing. But now you at least know of why we put out warnings. It's not just we read it somewhere on CNN or anything like that. No, it's like this. We have a bunch of our people trying to decipher what the other side is saying. Like I said, it changes every day, sometimes every hour. One moment the word orange is USA, the another might be anything, something else, the street. Plus, these notebooks. And this is the biggest help, the notebooks. Everything you touch, even a rock. You know that a rock feels. A rock, just a rock that you kick around, you walk on in the street, feels. Doesn't have a soul, but feels. Everything feels. Doesn't have a soul, doesn't incarnate, but it feels. So, it's based on all these things that we put out our warnings, not just guessing. That's how that sphere works, helping us. And one day on the website, not only you will understand this better, but you will see the sphere and how it works. You also see Kurs. Other races. Let me take a look at my notes. Just give me a second. So yeah, so we're gonna talk just about the people I work with, my people that I work with every day. What we do? We're not out there causing trouble. That's not what we do. What we do is try to protect the property and the people that help the cause. From big businesses to the smallest ones. The smallest business you can imagine. It's like a tiny store that sells shoes. Small store. Or fixes shoes. Or a cigar store. Or any kind of store. If these are people that help the cause. Some more, some less. Financially. Mainly. And our job is to protect them, to protect the property, if a small, imagine a small business, like some guy that fixes shoes, small business. If the window of his store gets broken every day or someone throws a rock at it, you have no money to help the cause. Money or any other way. You can help in many other ways, not only money. But if someone's breaking his windows, his front window in a tiny store, and he's not a millionaire, he's just a small store owner, just fix his shoes. If his front store, the front window, is broken every day, how is he going to help the cause? All he does is pay money to replace the window. So that's what we do in the streets, to make sure that the people and the businesses that help the cause, and they're all hybrids too. It's just not operational, but they're hybrids. Most of them, 99%. Make sure that they're safe, but not only their businesses, also their property, their cars, their houses, everything. In some cases, even their lives. And that's what we do. That's what my people, when I make posts, about my people here, go in the street, and that's what we do, to keep our people safe, their businesses, their lives, their property. We're not out there to cause fights, to do any kung fu, karate bullshit. All we do is gain territory, one block at a time. Other people, not me, contact them, some of them, based on essence, and say they show them a lot of bunch of stuff. That's another department. The people that go door to door, knocking on doors like Jehovah's Witnesses. Talk with these people and say, can I speak with you? I have all this to show you. And they show a lot. And then some business join, others don't, most do. And what we say is, if you don't want to join the cause, peace and love, no problem. If you do, we're here to help your business grow. We'll protect you. And if you want to give a donation to the cause, you can. If you don't, all good. Joining the cause is not based on money. It's based on faith. If they say, I want to join the cause, but I don't think I can afford not even 10 euros a month, that's fine. But do you want to join? Yes. Okay. Fine. Bring in the good vibrations. That's why I'm always asking. The good thoughts, the good vibrations. Everything counts. The war is at all levels. If they cannot help with $5, don't help at all. Doesn't matter. But you are joining us, okay? Yes. Okay. Great. We protect you. That's what we do. The street. My people. That's what I'm in charge of.